Hello and welcome to A Sustainable Life. My name is Abigna and today I'll be sharing with you my recipe for spinach and artichoke dip, as well as my top 5 tips for reducing your food waste at home. So there are a couple of reasons why I'm sharing this recipe with you. First off, spinach and artichoke is already a match made in heaven, right? And second is that my basil is kind of looking a little wilty right now, but that doesn't mean that it should go to waste. Right now, I can still use it and it's going to be packed with flavor, and I don't need to chuck it in the garbage if I use a little bit more spinach to get it a little bit more green in there, and that artichoke to kind of give it some body, right? So let's go over the ingredients so that we can begin. The ingredients you'll need are spinach, basil. As you can see, this is past its prime, but still usable. Some marinated artichokes, or you can use fresh ones if you want, but I prefer these just because they're really easy, and this is supposed to be an easy recipe. Some jalapeno or crushed black pepper if you prefer a milder spice. Some of the marination liquid from these artichokes, garlic, some lemon juice or lime juice, and some salt. That's it. Let's begin by placing our spinach and our garlic into our food processor and just whiz that up a little bit. I just like to do that so that the garlic actually breaks down before we add in the rest of the liquids. All right. Let's add in our basil here. As you can see, it's really wilted, but we can still use it. It's gonna be delicious. Gonna add in our jalapeno. Let's break all of those down. Let's throw in our artichokes. Smells heavenly already, guys. A little bit of the marinade. As well as our salt. Let's give it a go. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of the marinade and half of the lime. I want to kind of gauge how tart it is before I add the other half. All right, let's give it another go. Ooh, that looks delicious. See that it's all fully incorporated now. So I'm gonna make some pasta with this and show you how it looks. Time for the taste test. Here is my delicious bowl of pasta. And now I'm gonna eat it. So excited right now. My mouth is just watering. Get a big bite here. Oh my God. Garlicky, tangy. That basil still has the full flavor. not missing out on anything because we use some older basil. Doesn't even matter. That was so good. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you like this recipe, please give me a big thumbs up and share with a friend. If you would like to see more videos like this, then please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell next to it so that you will be notified every time that I put up a new video. Here are your top 5 tips to reducing food waste at home. So if you didn't already know, food waste is actually a major problem in the US and also pretty much all over the world. Right now, food waste is actually the largest category of material that is taking up space in our landfills. 30 to 40% of our food is just wasted. Just take a second and think about that. That is almost half of our food. And there are so many people in this world who are starving. Try and be a little bit more mindful and keep in mind these 5 tips. The first tip is meal plan. So this is not meal prep, this is meal plan. If you have a routine setup like Taco Tuesday or I don't know, Pizza Fridays, it doesn't have to have an alliteration. So you can have a routine setup for your week, and if you stick to it, then you can kind of figure out, all right, what am I gonna actually purchase? And then you can go on from there. And that leads us to our second tip, which is to write down a list of all the stuff that you will need when you go to the grocery store. And try and stick to it, because I know it can get really tough and it's very tempting, but if you have a meal plan, like I said in tip number 1, then you will likely stick to your list. The third tip is do not go to the grocery store hungry. Trust me, if you go to the grocery store hungry, you will be tempted and you will want to buy all those chocolates and all that candy or any kind of like easy prep thing that you find, like a frozen meal. Just don't go to the grocery store hungry. You're gonna save a lot of money if you don't do this. The fourth tip is meal prep. If you cut up your veggies and your fruits on Sundays before your week begins, then you will likely actually go through them before the week ends and before they get all wilty and gross. So if you don't meal prep, then it's likely that they're gonna go bad before you actually feel like washing them, prepping them in the middle of the week while you're working. You probably don't want to do that. Nobody really has time to do that. Let's be serious. And number 5 is to know that the best by date doesn't always mean the expiry date. So most of the time, when you see a best by date, you might think, oh gosh, it's expired. It's gone bad by now, if it's the next day after the best by date. But it's actually not. Most of the time, it's just a recommendation. So if you still think that it's good, use your own judgment, and you can probably still use it, maybe a day or 2 afterwards. So as I said, use your own judgment. Big disclaimer here, I'm not telling you to eat expired food, but use your own judgment, and most likely you can still use that fruit or vegetable or canned good, whatever it is. So I hope you found that helpful, and going forward, try and make a commitment to yourself to reduce your food waste at home. And maybe tell your partner or your roommates or anyone else you live with that just be a little bit more mindful about the food that you bring into your house and the food that goes in the trash can. Thank you for joining me today. Till next time, bye!